So it seems like I got very lucky, and the next phase of my plan is going to dovetail seamlessly into the last phase, and that is we're going to need to set up a caravan. Whoops, wrong button. But now what I really need is a Gato. She seems like the best one. Wow, 16 grand. First one, we name Spot. Alright, Spot. You're on our team now. First member of the Golden Horde. Sorry, first animal member of the Golden Horde, I should say. Definitely not the first member. This is quite a conundrum. It's like you buy a car and you can't drive it out of the showroom. Won't fit out the showroom door. Nice looking backpack, and he can now go with the rest of the boys back to the cultist village, and we're gonna strip that puppy clean. Hey, bud. Oof. So we've picked the cultists' camp clean, and we've managed to take away a lot of food, a few decent trade goods, big find, ancient science book. Overall, a decent haul as we prepare ourselves for the grand exodus, because I think it's time. I think it's time that we've gotten everything we need. I might just need a few more resources. We'll see, though. We'll see if what we have is enough. The Golden Horde will return triumphant as victors of war. We've completely crushed the Preacher cult. There's absolutely nothing they can do now. I don't think that they can come back whatsoever. Friggin' grass pirate. And ultimately, we didn't lose anybody at all. And overall, I don't think we even lost any limbs or anything like that. Back victorious. What a beautiful, beautiful display. I guess I should have gathered more people to, carry on our backs or something like that. Either way, I'm very happy with how that first pitched combat went. I mean, honestly, I don't think it could have gone any better for us, no matter what. So, there is that. However, I think it's been long enough. It's time to finally establish our capital. So, with that, basically what I'm going to start doing is dismantling what we have and then putting it on the backs of our caravan, and then we're going to move out together. But in the meantime, I'm going to rest the troops. It's a well-deserved rest, but after that they're probably going to have to get back to work in the iron mines, because I still need a little bit more money, I think, to accomplish my goals. Yikes. Only 5,000 cats. That's not what I was hoping for. Okay, well, everybody back to work in the mines. Well, I can't believe it. This is it. I've spent the last little bit just organizing my troops, organizing the tribe. I got another Garu, Beastie Boy, and then of course I dismantled everything that was left off in the base here. And I left a couple things like some beds and some training items and whatnot. But obviously I dismantled just about everything. And as you can see, our two Garus are filled to the brim with items. And this should be more than enough to start off our base. And I also have one of these guys has all the food. I think it's Izumi. No, I guess not. Oh, I bet you I know exactly what she did. She put it all back, didn't she? Yeah, she did. Okay, good. Good thing I saw that before we left. And that's it. Off we go. So, I know that I spent a long time kind of trying to find the right place, and I spent the whole video kind of exploring these two spaces that I thought would be a surefire fit for our capital landing zone, and neither of them ended up working out. After I gave it a lot of hard thought, I decided both of them had just too many disadvantages, that I wasn't comfortable. Anyway, just by accident, when I was checking out the area near where the crab raiders are, I found the perfect spot. I think it's right here on the map, if I'm not mistaken. So hopefully we can get there without too much trouble. Man, I can't believe everything we've been building up to has just been conjoining on this point, and we're finally here. It's finally time. I just hope that we don't have any issues. This is part of the reason why I didn't want to go to Fish Isle, because I'd have to take this entire caravan all the way there through extremely dangerous territory. And then once we got there, it would be like we took this epic journey just to land in some sort of horrific hell zone, be like dropped off on a, you know, like a drop ship right in the middle of combat that we have to fight just to gain a toehold. And we could probably do it, but it would be so risky. But this area it's so perfect. It has everything we could possibly need. It's in a very defensible location, and I don't have to worry about making a gigantic trek there. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump. Well, maybe not that close, but it's a lot closer than where we were planning to go originally. Just a quick update on our caravan. We took a little minor skirmish, or, well, I got ambushed, really, by a couple glass pirates. Sorry, grass pirates. Fortunately, it was pretty minor, and everybody made it through without too much issue. But right now, I'm trying to avoid going through the mountains. Okay, good. Cool. Maybe I should just go through the mountains, because they're just tough to navigate through. And I just worry that these Garus are going to get stuck in there. Everybody made it, even the Garus. We're almost there. We made it! Almost. I mean, once we get up this little hill, we've made it. Oh, she's beautiful. See this little plateau here? I stumbled upon it on the way back to Black Scratch once. And then I had to do like a little double take. I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is looking pretty good. This is looking like it's got some good things going on here. So if we do a little prospecting here, we'd see it. It's got water, it's got fertility, it's got stone, it's got iron, and it's got copper. And we're on a nice elevated area, so nobody can get at us from behind. And there's only a few entrances. So we've got an entrance here. This is going to be, I think, the main entrance. And then I'm just going to try and plug up these gaps here. So we got a couple entrances here, here, and here. I wonder if we can just build walls, and if that will be enough to actually stop them from entering. Because I'm not sure if the AI works in like kind of like a RimWorld way, where if you leave a section of the wall open, everyone will just go to the open section of the wall, and you can kind of exploit the AI that way. I think it kind of does work that way, so we're going to go on that assumption for now. Hopefully it's not a deadly and dangerous assumption. And would you look at that, we're able to actually wall off our plateau without anybody interfering in the process. And you can also see that we've got it completely walled off, because if I try and take Skip here, he can't get out. That is until I open the gate, and then out he can go. In addition to that, our manual stone processor is not doing very well, but it's gotten us enough building material to help us at least get the job finished. So as like I said, we've got a completely walled off city, and I also built us a little wind generator here. And that is just so we can have some power. Unfortunately, I don't have any electric components, which I need to build batteries. Okay, anyway, Slick's going back to Black Scratch to get some electric components and any additional building components that he can take with him. So, with that, really, I mean, I think that brings us to the end of, at least to the end of this particular segment of Temujin's journey. We've managed to make a great deal of progress in our journey, and we've actually managed to found our city. So I'm going to have to take some time to actually build up the city and, you know, give it all the amenities that it actually needs. But having, you know, us actually have made it there, walled us in, is a huge, huge weight off my shoulders personally. And it's a great step forward for the story because now we can really start to get things going. We've got enough resources here on this plateau to really make a beautiful city. It's got enough space. It's easily defensible enough that it's going to be a good time here. So with that, I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in for this part of Temujin's journey, and I hope you'll join us next time when you'll see the Golden City in its full glory, and then from there, once that's established, Temujin will take his horde and move westward. I think we're definitely going to have to strike at the camp and Ark. We're going to take out these goddamn Reavers who have been such a pain in our ass this entire time, and we're going to enslave them for a change. So with that, I hope you guys all take care, and I'll see you next time. So I thought it would be in quite poor taste if I didn't show off the status of the Golden City before I left off Temujin's story completely, because it's been about 30 days since I finished founding the city, and in that time I've made quite a considerable number of improvements, and in addition to that, I've recruited a considerable amount of new recruits into the tribe. So without further ado, let me go over our kill box, which you can see is right in front of you. I've upgraded this substantially, and not only that, I've changed its position. In case you don't remember, at the end of the last video, we left off with our entrance to the Golden City being right here. However, there was one key issue with that, and that is there's a giant cliff whoops, that goes right through the middle here and has no way around it, that completely cuts in half that entrance. So basically, if you want to go around and actually get to all the trading routes, you have to come down this hill, swim through this like little pond, and it's a nightmare. So we had to just wall it off, and it has been a non-issue ever since. And we, as you can see, rebuilt our kill box right here. This isn't the greatest or most efficient kill box ever in the world, but it certainly has gotten the job done so far. The only thing that has given me a little bit of trouble have been the skeleton bandits. Oh, speaking of which, here comes one right now. Let's see how far is he going to make it. Oh, there's a couple of them. Nope. He is dying. Oh, wow. So yeah, they usually don't make it very far, and thankfully we can take them out before they get too close. I wanted to start in the middle of the night because I did want to show off our kill box, because as you can see, it illuminates in the night. I've got plenty of searchlights lighting it up, and I have a decent amount excuse me, and I've got a decent amount in the city itself. Oh, that's not a big deal. Those are just the crab raiders who were hanging out and helping me defend the city, which was nice of them, and because they're our allies, they do that from time to time, but they have to go home sometime. In any case, let's move on to the kitchen and, I guess, training area, which you can see right here. Our kitchen is going very well. We have a wide variety of food available for everybody. I mean, some of it isn't the greatest. Like, they got a good old-fashioned dust witch, which is just bread and cactuses mushed together, or chew sticks, which are just boiled cacti. But of course, you know, they got some meat wraps, and they even got a bowl of rice, food cubes, which, you know, at least they're not eating nothing but garbage all the time. We also have a couple distilleries here, headed by Zip, which I've got to bring some of these down to the crab raiders and sell off because it's starting to get full. So also you can see here we have a bakery, which of course bakes our bread, which is turned into more nutritious food. On top of this building, we do have the training range, And you can see some of our new recruits are currently training and trying to become more powerful for the upcoming battles they'll partake in. So nothing really exciting here. You've seen all these training pieces before. I've just built more of them because we have more people. Over in this building here, we can't really get into it. There's nobody in here. All that's in here is the research bench. That's the research hideout. And here's our corpse furnace. I actually got Temujin out there. Where is he? If I can find him. Here he is. Oh, he's not doing anything right now. But usually he goes out there saddled up with the heaviest things we can find and runs around picking up corpses and incinerating them. And that's his strength training. As you can see right now, he's up to 65 strength. I'm hoping to get that as high as I possibly can for him. And right now, he is our strongest character, and it's not even close. So beyond that, we have the farm, which you can kind of see here. Unfortunately, it's a little bit tough to see the farm. Now that the sun is rising, we will get a better look at it. So we have a few crops here. We've got wheat straw, which of course we use to create bread. We've got our green fruit, which have used to create food cubes and cooked vegetables. Up here we have cotton, and this crop is still coming in. We can't really see it very well right now, but obviously that's processed into fabrics for general consumption, or not consumption, for general crafting. And then I think that's it up here for our vegetables. There's a couple wells here, which of course are used to create water and in some cases are used for cooking. The last crop we have over here are the cacti. They are over here because cacti require arid soil, and this area just happens to be the most arid. So that's where the cactuses are. Over here you can get a good look at the smithing center. We have our refineries. This of course now is our iron plate refinery, so no longer are we forced to have to wait on the shopkeeper every day to get our iron plates. We no longer have to spend money on it. We just have our workers mine the iron, bring it over, and it refines automatically. And of course we have someone here who's refining some of the iron plates further into steel bars, which is wonderful. And then of course we have our various storage facilities for what we need. And then inside we have our craftiers, the craftorium, working night and day, making whatever it is they can. So we have Nanshi. He is a slave who I bought a while ago, who decided to join our troop. And also, as you can see, I have a non-combatant class now, which are nice bright white. They're white geese. They have sandals because it increases their running speed, because usually the non-combatant needs to run back and forth between spots, so it's nice to have that little bit of extra speed. So anyway, they also have geese on and martial arts bindings to increase their martial arts just a bit. So just with that, and being indoors, he's got plus 16 martial arts. So basically it's just to give them, I guess, some kind of bite. It's not very much, but in case somebody attacks them while they're crafting, they have a little bit of martial arts skill. And if I want to train them on the mat, I could get them up to 26, which is okay. But yeah, so that's what the theory behind why I gave them the outfit that I did. Plus, I do kind of like this nice white gi. It makes them stand out, makes the non-combatants stand out. Sorry, enough of getting on a tangent there. Over here in the craftorium, we of course have, we have Izumi working night and day, crafting weapon pieces, which are now given to soldiers as I see fit. Basically, they come in here and then I equip them with what they need. And also we have some other advanced crafting items here, like electrical components we can craft. Here's our weapons. Here's our crossbows. And then upstairs I have a clothing bench for crafting our non-combatant uniforms. Moving on, we have one of my central pieces to the Golden City, and that is our Thunderdome / dungeon. So as you can see, we have a couple prison cages here, and surrounding it we have walls, which of course point inward, so people can train in here if they need to. They can train by shooting down at prisoners if they want to. We can lock them in here and they can train weapons against the prisoners. So basically that's what the theory of the Thunderdome is. It's an advanced training ring as well as recruiting center. I have some of these guys here. I haven't even talked to them. I've got some black dragons here. I've got a bounty hunter here. I don't know what will happen by me capturing him. I was kind of interested to see what will happen. He just kind of collapsed out on the wilderness. He was just kind of dead out there, so I picked him up and put him in a cage. Very, very Kenshi of me. Anyway, so that's the Thunderdome. Moving on to the last little bit here, we have our hospital slash waiting room. Basically, these are people that don't have jobs right now. I've got to give them a couple jobs here. But this is also, like I said, our hospital. So now we have 8 beds. People can rest up if they're injured. As well, we have a nice medical workbench where we can craft new equipment and new med kits. We also have a robotics bench where we can craft skeleton repair kits, which is fantastic. That saves us so much money that we no longer have to spend on those fucking repair kits. They are ridiculously overpriced. And then I don't have anything on the top here. This used to be the dungeon, but not anymore. Okay, I think that's most of it. Over here we just have this is our power situation, entirely wind powered, and there's some couple batteries in the shack. Just have people mining up here. This is something I've just finished building, which is this is our shop. I haven't even started to use this. Like I said, I literally just finished it. So that will be coming shortly. And then lastly, I think before we sign it off and tease what's going on in the next segment, I do want to take a quick moment to look at some of our wonderful new recruits. So let me start with the compatriot to get Sheiked Bud, and that is, of course, get Shreked Bud. I wanted to find a male Shrek to fill this role. So male Sheik to fill this role. So as you can see, I tried my absolute best. Let's just see here. To try and make him look like Shrek. Obviously, there's no green skin tone in the game, but this is what I've done with what I have available. So he's also gigantic. He's actually bigger than Temujin, so he's the biggest character, and he's actually a beast. He's awesome. So get Shreked Bud is a wonderful addition to the Horde. Who are some other standouts? We have Smurfy McGee, which I just a cursed character, just oh man. Yeah, so he's a beauty. He's a non-combatant, as you can see, so not really much to say about him. Reaver Slave. This is just literally a Reaver Slave that joined the Horde. He was freed outside in one of their raids. So basically, one of the things that is great about the Reavers is if you kill enough of the Reavers and there's still slaves about, the slaves will turn on the Reavers, and of course they'll start attacking their masters, and it becomes a whole clusterfuck. So he basically was one of those slaves, and he got downed in the kill box, woke up, and decided to join us, basically. So that was quite nice of him. And he's a farmer, basically, as well as a light scout, a light troop, I mean. Just a Hiver guy. The name says it all. Couldn't think of a name, really, for him. I got Crap Bag, just because he looks like he kind of looks like a bag of crap. We've got Lars and Claw. These are just slaves that we purchased who joined us. Lumi is a unique character who loves crabs. So I made her an immortal, and she is just training up her strength to try and actually be able to wield this heavy armor. Slender Man as well. Let's see if we can get a good look at him. Yeah, he's Slender Man. So I can take off his armor so you can see his wonderful face. Anyway, so yeah, he was a skeleton bandit who joined us. Next off is Sad Girl. I didn't really have a name for her. She just had a sad face, so that's what I called her. As you can see, it's getting tougher to name people. Nani is what in Japanese, as I think a lot of people know these days. Again, struggling with some of the names. And then I have Guy Fawkes. I'm pretty sure this is not actually how you spell Guy Fawkes, but his mustache reminded me kind of like Guy Fawkes. He came looking like this, basically, and I was like, oh, he kind of looks like Guy Fawkes, so that's what I named him. And that's it. That rounds out the latest additions to the Horde. None of them really have reached elite status besides Lumi, because, like I said, she has an unhealthy obsession for crabs. So she gets to don the crab armor. And I think that will wrap it up for now. Moving into the next part of the series will be, again, probably more of a traditional video. It won't be the kind of narrative style, but it is going to be epic because it's time to finally crush our rivals, the Reavers. They have multiple camps in the area, and they also very much so hinder me from trading with Black Scratch. Trading with our crab allies is no problem whatsoever. Unfortunately, they don't have a lot of good stuff to buy, so basically they're good money pits, really, for us, which is great, but I need more advanced materials from Black Scratch, and it's a pain in the ass to get there because the Reavers keep blocking our way. So it's time to remove them from our way and finally finish off these assholes who have been plaguing us for so long. So that will be the next segment of Temujin's journey. The Golden Horde versus the Reavers. Buckle up, buckaroos, because just after I finished my last recording outro there, I saw a perfect opportunity arise, and I decided, you know what, screw it, I'm going to take it, I'm going to put things aside, I'm going to keep recording Kenshi right now, because sometimes things happen that you don't always get the opportunity to recreate in Kenshi, especially if you're looking to create a really epic experience. And I just decided I've got to take it. I've got to take this chance. I've got to roll the dice here. Sometimes you got to roll a hard 6, and I'm hoping that I can take this ragtag army I have and strike out against our rivals and enemies, the Reavers, and crush them in one dynamic blow, because you will see things will go in our favor very shortly. I've taken some people to stay home and defend the city, of course, and defend our native homeland. Most of our non-combat characters are now just taking over the roles of turret defenders, and I hope that they're going to be okay. There it is! The crab tournament has arrived in Ark. So what this means is that I have done this, I think, almost entirely accidentally, contrived a scenario that couldn't have gone better for me if I had wanted it to. So because we allied with the crab raiders, they saw my base and said, oh, there's invaders. We're going to start a crab tournament to see if you're really as strong as you are. And this is an event that happens in Kenshi. Uh-oh. Well, we're still going to check this out. I mean, I came here all this way, and I can see numbers coming, combat numbers about Ark here. So I can see crabs, so there's definitely something going on. The tournament is not over. So anyway, this is an event that triggers when you build a base in crab raider territory. They'll start a crab tournament and try and destroy your base, and if you beat them, they become your allies. Well, we just allied with them by talking to the crab queen, and they decide, hey, we're going to start this tournament anyway, but we're going to start it in your enemy's capital. And this tournament is actually apparently serious business. They bring some pretty powerful enemies to the fore. Let's see what they measure up to. Wow. Our city is actually becoming a city now. I love that it started off as an outpost, and now it's getting bigger and bigger. Look at that. Look at that. Titus, the elder crab. Holy crap. Oh, there's slaves escaping. And there's crabs. They've overtaken the outside. Oh my god, look at this. Whew, I don't know if we're going to win, but I'm going to set up the troops here anyway. We're going to set up a crossbow line and see how much damage we can do.